All right. What is going on, chat? What is going on? Welcome to another stream. And this is going to be the predictions for Money in the Bank that is going down tomorrow, starting at, I believe, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I mean, on the West Coast, and 7 o'clock on the East Coast. So, definitely looking forward to it. And I'm going to be live for it. Unfortunately, I'm not because tomorrow is going to be my cousin's birthday. Actually, his birthday is today, but we're going bowling tomorrow. So, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to be watching it while I'm there. So, yeah, multitask type of thing. So, we'll see how that goes down. But I'm definitely interested on these matches and whatnot. It was only 4, so we're not going to be here very long. But if you're in the building, my TikTok family, I appreciate y'all being here. And to my YouTube family, I appreciate y'all being here too as well. But if you're in here, make sure you hit that like button on the way in and whatnot. Follow me on TikTok, subscribe to me on YouTube. You know, even my TikTok family, if I want to come, subscribe to my YouTube and stuff like that. Link is in the description below and my on my page. So make sure I check that out. I appreciate that a lot. And yeah, definitely looking forward to talking about these matches right here and my point of view, you know, in it. So yeah, let's get everything started. 1 second. Make sure everything good here. Okay, we should be good. Let me pull this up. All right. Yeah, so Lil has confirmed it is only 4 matches. So yeah, it's gonna be a little quick get in, get out situation. All right, so we're gonna start with the women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lana Valkyria taking on Becky Lynch, and in my opinion, I think the match is gonna be good, just like the previous one they had. And in my heart of hearts, as much as I want to, let me get it to focus on me. We good? All right, there we go. All right, cool. So back to what I was saying is, in my heart of hearts, as much as I want Laura Valkyria to retain and all, I do not envision a circumstance Becky Lynch loses match, without a doubt, because you do not want her losing twice in a row. And I truly believe all roads lead to Bayley potentially coming back and taking the title for Becky. That's how I truly feel. But to say how the match is gonna go, I think it's gonna be very, very interesting. I feel like both women's gonna have a lot of offense, and I do believe Lyra Valkyria, when it looks like towards the tail end of the match, where she starts to really get in the groove of things and, you know, potentially try to put Becky away, is when Becky's gonna take advantage and, you know, somehow, some way get the victory. I don't know how, but I truly believe the execution of it is going to work. And, you know, even though you put Becky here to pretty much set the standard for the women's locker room, especially, you know, women that's want to come up and shit like that, you want somebody like her in that position. And I feel like she's the perfect fit for this. However, if I'm being honest, it's the right call for Becky to win. It is. And it's only going to make things interesting because you do not want her to lose twice in a row. And then what else she has, you got planned for her. because I feel like the only way this story makes absolute sense is if she beats Lyra Valkyria, wins the Women's Intercontinental Championship, um, but also like inflict damage, so to speak. So she can pretty much set the standard of like, nobody's like fucking with me in that aspect and all. And like I said, all roads leads to Bailey coming back, and then you have their whole feud going on, type shit. So I feel like that's the right call for them to do, and it could potentially lead up to SummerSlam, where you have Becky taking on Bailey, and all because they're gonna deliver. I truly believe that storyline in that match is definitely going to deliver, and of course you want Bailey to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, and in my heart of hearts, I think she can do it. I really think she can do it, and it's a good way to, you know, ascend that Women's Intercontinental Championship even higher. I felt like Lara set the standard for that title, made it prestigious because she's a workhorse, like we always say she was. And, to have somebody like Becky and Bailey, continue to make that title even more prestigious because of their names and their work ethics and everything else, it can work. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, I do got Becky Lynch coming out as the winner and new Women's Intercontinental Champion. That can definitely work, and I got faith in that. So I got Becky winning that match. Y'all let me know who y'all got winning in the comments down below. Next is the Women's 2025 Money in the Bank ladder match. And who was in the match is Stephanie Valkyria, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Julia. Now, this is going to be interesting because each of these women are potential winners. Like, it's really up in the air at this point. It don't feel so obvious. And somebody like Stephanie Valkyria, she was to win. That would definitely like set the standard of like, okay, like this is a woman who can't be messed around with. The guy Alexa Bliss and her comeback and all. That can work too. And it'll make things interesting. Then you look at somebody like Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy. That can make that interesting as well. Naomi, Rhea, and Julia, like they all have their own way of making this match must watch. And in my opinion, there's going to be some interference. This is going to be some interference in this matchup. I don't know about who, but I do expect that to happen. And who I think will come out as the victor in this match, it's going to sound crazy, but hear me out. I really think Naomi's going to come out as the winner. Here's why. After her feud with Jay Cargill and whatnot, and then the whole Bianca Belair situation, she always came off as like the loser of it. And I truly believe the way how they've been pushing her as a heel and the work that she's been doing, if you want her to really ascend as that chicken shit heel and all that other stuff, you let her win. She has the briefcase, and she pretty much, prolong it, but also put Io Sky on notice. And she put who is the Tiffany Stratton on notice too. And remember, her and Tiffany had some interactions backstage. So I feel like for Naomi and this whole proceed with caution, that type of gimmick right there will work very well with a title on her. So I truly believe if done right, they can fucking do it. I think my if I had to choose a second one, that second one would be it's a tie between Roxanne Perez or Stephanie Vaquer, but mostly Roxanne Perez because I feel like Roxanne like she just has that energy of like yo, she can get it pushed and people will really will be behind her. Same with Stephanie, but I feel like they still kind of freshen the main roster and all, and you don't want to pull the trigger too early. So I think that's the only pushback with Julia. You know, she's good too, and she definitely shows a lot of promise, but I think it's too early for her. You know, I'll give her like probably 2 years, and then we'll see how things goes. Rhea Ripley. In my honest opinion, do she need the briefcase? No, she don't. And I think push come to shove, um, she's gonna probably be in a feud after this and whatnot, so she'll be occupied. But from when she had a run with a title already, I think it's good. It's best for her to take a break. Just get into other feuds and whatnot because that alone, we all know she's going to deliver. Let's call it what it is. But and then I'll have to evolve a title, and that will still be better for her. You know what I mean? So I don't see that happening. And you know, the only person that makes sense in this is Naomi. So I'm actually excited for it. There's gonna be a whole lot of bumps in this. You know, especially the Stephanie Vaquer with the Devil's Kiss. Everybody gonna be, you know, doing the Booker T, the like that sounds gonna be pretty damn good. And then, Roxanne Perez, you know, she's gonna get some offense. Alexa Bliss, Julia. So this is gonna be a match. This is definitely must watch. You know, in my eyes, and I really believe the person that's gonna come out of this shit is Naomi. I think it's the right call. I think it's interesting. And, you know, somebody who is new and people can get behind. She get that interaction already with the Bulls and all that too. So you might as well take that and run with it. And you already know what she's capable of. So, in my opinion, I got Naomi coming out as the Money in the Bank winner. You know, for the women's match. So there's that. But who y'all think is gonna win that? Is it gonna be Stephanie Vaquer? Is it gonna be Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, or Julia? Y'all let me know in the comments down below. So next up, we had the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. LA Knight taking on Penta, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. And this also is going to be very interesting. You know, I think it's going to be carnage, without a doubt, because when you have somebody like a Crash Allen, Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa, Penta, and LA Knight, expect crazy things to happen. Even Andrade at that. As I'm looking at this, there are potential winners, and I feel like it can I could definitely see winning. But if I had to narrow it down, I would probably say it's about at least probably like 3 people I can see potentially winning the Money in the Bank match. And those 3 will be, I'm going to start from 3 and then I'm going to go to 1. So I think these top 3 are going to win. 3 could be Penta. I'm going to throw him out there. LA Knight and Seth Rollins. And looking at this match, in my heart, I want to say Seth Rollins is going to win because all roads lead to that. See how this whole thing has been transpiring, especially over these weeks with Seth, alongside with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. You know how much they've been wreaking havoc and all that, and you know for a fact, CM Punk is going to probably call Seth Rollins. I see it happening, and I think it will happen towards the tail end of the match. Once I feel like if everybody is pretty much outside the ring and they're pretty much packed up, so to speak, that might be Seth Rollins' opportunity to go up there, and he's going to take his slow time going up there because, all right, nobody's here. You know, I don't got to worry about that. All I got to do is get to the top of the ladder, got his briefcase, and it's GG's after that. And I think once that happens, no music playing, none of that stuff. You see CM Punk out of nowhere grabs the ladder, tilts it over, Seth falls down and whatnot. And I think at that moment there, LA Knight gets it. I want to say, actually, my honorable mentions could have been Solo, but yeah, at this point right now, he's not ready yet for a world title. He's not ready yet for that. I would put Jacob Fatu before I would put Solo in that category. But I truly believe Seth Rollins, when it comes down to him and he has that opportunity to potentially get it, Punk is going to pretty much prevent him from doing that. And at that moment right there, it might be LA Knight time. And he gets it. Because El Grande Americano, let's call what it is. No. People do not want to see that. And I think it would be stupid if he ends up winning that match. Because who the hell are we going to cash on? Jay? I don't see that happening. And it damn sure going to be John Cena. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. If I had to narrow it down to two, it's Seth Rollins or LA Knight. But seeing that we're going to see probably Punk in this matchup, all roads probably lead to LA Knight getting that briefcase. So, again, it's going to be fun. And it could literally go any different direction. You never know. Because when it comes to the WWE, expect the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? But I got LA Knight winning that match. So there's that. And last but not least, we have the main event. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso taking on John Cena and Logan Paul. Now, let's call it what it is. I can give two flying fucks about this match. Like, it's really unnecessary to me. And to see Cody Rhodes come back in that type of moment, it's like, it's not delivering. You know, especially now they're trying to pick up the feud between him and Cena again. You know, after what happened at WrestleMania. I will hope that they're gonna face each other again. And if I had to choose, I'll probably say be United Champions in Saudi Arabia. You know, that's I think the only time where they will actually have a rematch in any aspect with the title on the line. Because I believe at SummerSlam we're gonna get Cena taking on CM Punk. Excuse me. I think that's gonna happen. But getting back to this match is really unnecessary, and I feel like adding Logan Paul into the mix and all that, alongside with Cena is who's going to eat the pin. And I think Logan really want to eat it. Because I don't see Jay and I don't see Cody losing. Jay is your World Heavyweight Champion. You want to have him look strong when taking on Gunther that Monday when they're in Arizona. So there's that. Cody coming back. Why the fuck would he be taking that pin as well? You know, he's still that baby face that is still built strong, and you don't want him losing like that whatsoever. John Cena is your world champion, so you know that ain't happening. So again, this leads to Logan Paul being that guy that pretty much get packs up. And I definitely see some friction between the two that may potentially be their downfall. And I'm talking about Logan Paul and John Cena. I can see that happening. And this is when Cody and Jay capitalize on it. And of course, Cena gonna try to do some cheating tactics like he do always when he grabs the title, or he low blows you first and grabs the title and all that. And I think once he tried to execute that when the ref is either knocked out or is not looking, it backfires. And I don't know if Logan Paul be on the receiving end of that, and that's how Cody and Jay capitalizes and catches him. And whether that be a crossroads or Uso splash, one or the other. But I feel like that's going to potentially happen right there. And of course, Jay and Cody coming out as the winners of this match. So there's that. You know, this is something that's really unnecessary. I mean, it's going to be okay to watch and all that, but it's really not going to make anything interesting. And this is the time when I wanted to see Jay put the title on the line or Cena put the title on the line. Because having both good champions not competing with the title and is in a tag team match don't make any sense whatsoever. You understand me? So there's that. I mean, I can understand from Jey Uso's point of view because he's facing Gunther at Monday Night Raw for it. But again, not having Cena putting that title on the line is utterly ridiculous. So there's that. But yeah, in my opinion, I got Cody and Jay coming out as the winners of this match and all that. So there's that. So as it's going down, again, if you're just joining in, these are the people I have winning at Money in the Bank. So I have Becky Lynch beating Lyra Valkyria and retaining. Being the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. I have Naomi winning the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I have LA Knight winning the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And last but not least, I have Cody and Jay beating Logan Paul and John Cena. So there's that. Those are all my predictions for Money in the Bank. You know, I think it's going to be interesting. Only that, considering the fact it's only 4 matches and all, you know, a vision of circumstance is going to overstay its welcome, you know, and all I ask, and this is what I'm talking about for Peacock and all that too, stop flooding these PLEs with ads. Like, I feel like they prolong it so long because you only have 4 matches on it, and this is probably going to be a 2-hour show or 2.5-hour show and whatnot. You do not have to flood this event with fucking ads, because I think that's what really takes the excitement out of PLEs. It really do. And, you know, if you want to make things interesting and have that little spark when it comes down to your PLEs, one, add additional matches that has good feuds that you can put on there. And 2, minimize the ads. You do those things right there, We don't have this problem whatsoever. So that's all I ask, and I really hope they do um, make this interesting and actually makes it fun and whatnot. So I definitely want to see how these things goes down and whatnot, and looking forward to it and all that. So again, y'all let me know now. Let me know down in the comments down below, who y'all going for in these matches and whatnot. Who you think is gonna win? Who's gonna be the Money in the Bank winner and whatnot? And of course, who's winning that tag team match out of Logan and John Cena versus Cody and Jay? So I definitely want to hear from y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the stream and all that. And before we get up out of here, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop content right here on this channel, whether it's a stream or it's just a video. I appreciate y'all so much. Same in my TikTok family. Y'all make sure that y'all click this live stream. Make sure y'all follow your boy on TikTok as well. Very much appreciated. And I'll be back with a recap video of Money in the Bank. Most likely it's going to be when I get back home tomorrow, from the bowling alley. That by then, it should be done, but we'll see how things goes. So y'all be on the lookout for that one, and be on the lookout for some more content that I'm going to drop soon as well. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And I appreciate y'all love and support. Y'all have have a blessed day. Excuse me. I'm tired here. Make sure y'all have a blessed day. And I'm going to catch y'all very, very soon. It's your boy, Mafia. I'm out of here. Peace.